if you're a good parent, you're really in tune with your children. You have to know that. Anybody in the collegiate space who's around kids knows that, because every kid learns different, responds different. So I get it that the new trope or the societal level is that people don't want to see kids get knocked out in the middle of Target. Cool. But at the same time, I don't think we should be removing the discipline necessary to really raise a child and make them aware, make them good citizens. Gosh, I can't tell you how many times I see kids that are like my size, that's 240, 50 pounds in the basket at the store with their parent pushing them. And to me, that's hard parenting. Like, it may not be disciplinary, but how is your child all of 11 and they over 200 pounds? And then you carting them around in the store.
I think gentle parenting has like a negative connotation. And the reason why I say that is typically traditional forms of parenting have been very authoritarian, very detached, very stern, very emotionally unavailable. So I just feel like the gentle parenting approach, and I could be wrong, you guys, as you study, but to me, gentle parenting sounds more like there's more positive dialogue, there's more communication between you and your child, there's more autonomy and agency. And then I'm not saying that this is not going on in typical parenting situations, but there's a reason why they're saying gentle parenting. And if this is an overlay for the underlay of you just allowing your child to, I don't know, indulge in every whim and want, then that's not what I'm speaking about. But if you're actually sitting here as a parent, as a human being, and you actually are saying you don't know that parents have parented their children wrong, come on, wake up. It's more so just you being more inclusive with your children. I don't see anything wrong with that. You're supposed to be emotionally available anyway. So again, I think that centers and it makes us pivot back to your trauma. Like we had this discussion before, like your parenting styles. Is that most effective for your child, or is that most effective for you? And maybe you're like emotional avoidance and things that you don't want to do. So again, I'm an advocate for gentle parenting if it's for you actually listening to your child and not just demanding, hey, I'm the parent, you do what I say, I'm big, you're little, I'm smart, you're dumb. And this is just how it works until you're old enough to do what you want. I'm completely against that.
I think you guys laid down some very valid arguments. I think the fact that the term gentle parenting exists was what kind of populates in my mind. It's interesting because it sets it up to say that parenting is hard and that it's supposed to be delivered hard. I'm not exactly sure if that's accurate across all demographics and all errors. I think that you got parents up here, and Marcus, I think, did a really good job of kind of delineating between what one child may respond to compared to what another child may respond to. If you're a good parent, you're really in tune with your children. You have to know that. Anybody in the collegiate space who's around kids knows that, because every kid learns different, responds different. So I get it that the new trope or the societal level is that people don't want to see kids get knocked out in the middle of Target. Cool. But at the same time, I don't think we should be removing the discipline necessary to really raise a child and make them aware, make them good citizens. Gosh, I can't tell you how many times I see kids that are like my size, that's 240, 50 pounds in the basket at the store with their parent pushing them. And to me, that's hard parenting. Like, it may not be disciplinary, but how is your child all of 11 and they over 200 pounds? And then you carting them around in the store while you simultaneously are paying for the things for the house. Our society has gone so left and trying to revisit things that I think for eons have worked. Being disciplinarian, kids need to know what boundaries are, and those boundaries are set by the parental unit. First and foremost, before they get out in the real world, they need to know consequences, repercussions, but they also need positive reinforcement. They need encouragement. They need admiration. All of these things combined. So I'm glad that at least we're having conversations about it. Or like Pearl was saying, it ain't just, oh, do what I say, or, because I said so. There's more expansion. This means that people are going to have to mature in order to do this thing called parenting. And I'll land.
So I think I think both. You limit yourself. I don't think as a parent you should limit yourself. I think that you should have all of these tools inside of your toolbox. And I think what I'm describing is called authoritative parenting. And what it says is it sits between authoritarian and permissive. So authoritarian is the strict, low warmth, and permissive is high warmth, low boundaries. But it says it combines high warmth and affection, clear boundaries and expectations, consistent follow through on consequences, open communication and explanation of reasoning, flexibility based on context of the child's needs, right? So that's kind of like where I sit at is, I rarely ever had to put my hands on my kids. I probably won't ever have to, hopefully. But it's a tool in my toolbox if I ever need it. But they behave because I raise my voice and it's over. So they know what my different voices mean. So
are people asking for too much before commitment? Are people asking for too much before commitment?
I'm trying to figure out what they're asking for before commitment.
So you're trying to figure out what they're asking for? You don't think nobody's asking for anything before commitment?
I mean, the women on social media nowadays be doing the most, but I don't know if that's the same topic, because I've seen videos where this one woman was ranting about how the man took her to Chili's, and she was like up in arms about that. Their first date. So I don't know if that constitutes as the same topic.
Go ahead, Keish.
Because I mean, what else could you really ask for before commitment?
A lot of things. Go ahead, Keish. I seen you agreeing. You were shaking your head.
No, I was looking at my notes actually, trying to see what she was saying was fitting in my notes. But yeah, I think that a lot of people expect marriage level type benefits in dating situations, but I think that the real question would be if both people are actually even building towards a marriage to be even giving up or offering those, or I'm gonna say building towards a marriage intentionally, like, because when you posed that question initially, I was like, oh, when we talk about these marriage, like Toya said, I agreed, because the question would be, what are marriage, before we can say anything else, what are marriage level benefits in dating situations? Can we name some of those things? That's what I want to know before I can really truly answer. What are those things? Some of those things.
It might be easier for you to tell us, because a lot of times it'll be like a woman who would say, I'm not doing this unless I'm married. So what are some of the things that you may have heard, not you, but you may have heard other women say, I'm not doing this unless I'm married?
I hear some of the certain
I've
sexual
heard so
things.
many crazy things from different maturity levels. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I think it was a delay. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I was gonna say I hear certain like sexual things they're not gonna do, or it's like, oh, I'm not cooking for him, or I'm not cleaning up his, stuff, or doing anything where maybe he wants me to run around and go do something. I'm not doing any of that.
Hold on, what happened?
I said I've heard like some women say like, what?
I thought you said you wasn't about to do nothing. Okay.
Oh no, no.
So Jay, I've heard people say, I'm not going to treat you like my man. So I'm not going to respect you and listen to what you say. They not said this to me, but I'm saying in the general sphere of on the internet and really on the internet. I don't really hear too much of this shit in person. But I'm not going to treat you like my man, or fix your plate, or like backdoor or whatever. Some of this, like anything that people have said that they want that's obscure or regular that deals with submission, I think people kind of equate to so any sexual activity that they doing and any
you said backdoor.
I heard them say that.
Like not that backdoor, Trev.
I heard that on the panel before. You never asked about that shit, but I heard that on the panel.
But I think that's ridiculous, though. Like that, I look at like those qualities. If I were a man, I would look at like, okay, how is this woman? Is she nurturing? Oh, wow, she thought about me. Oh, wow, she made my plate. I look at these qualities as like, okay, this is somebody that I either want to take it further or I don't. I mean, so I just don't understand. I get a sense of when a woman says like, or when people say like, if I'm doing all these things, then what's the incentive to be married? But I look at it like, okay, well, if you like, what's that? Oh, if you like the person that you're around and with, you like the time, you guys have this foundation, like you have same shared goals, and I don't see why that would be an issue.
Can I? Yeah, pass. Go ahead.
I think it's dumb. I think that, and I hate when this comes up, like what's this marriage level benefits? Because how can you truly vet someone for marriage if you never see them operate in like, operating qualities that would matter in a marriage? I don't say all that. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. That's just me.